Alright, back again. This is going to be episode 2, how to begin, how it began. So what I'm just really trying to get across here is that, like, you know, with whatever you choose in this life to be kind of passionate about or just strive for, like, well, that's a good thing to put into it is, like, you know, make sure you are passionate about it. Something you really can just geek out over, something you don't mind, you know, losing hours of sleep for, or even, you know, hours of sanity and a bit of a social life, because like these are like certain sacrifices you'll have to take to really, you know, be good and be a practitioner in what you really want to be good at, you know, whether it's rap music or, you know, a DJ, anything, you know, martial artist wise, or, you know, things that, like, you know, especially like, you know, around here in the Coonies we got like a big like skateboard community and shit like that. Like there's a whole heck of a lot of cats that really put in work, doing videos and shit. Like shout out to my homie Kirby and his whole crew. Can't remember if they have a name right off bat, but you know, we'll just shout out the Choice skate team basically. Anyways, but yeah, you know, you just gotta make sure you're really passionate about it and something that you really want to go after and something you want to take a risk in, because, you know, that's where all the reward lies, is in the risk. And, you know, I couldn't explain that enough. You know, even when I first like got into like running my own shows, you know, I had to put some of that those ideals into, you know, perspective, because, you know, things were happening that, you know, I had to take advantage of and act on the opportunities basically. You know, like some of those things were like, you know, putting down, you know, the 50% for an act that was gonna, you know, hopefully come through in the next month or two. And, you know, we were gonna host them at the homie spot when he was running the Bing there. Shout out Pete Durning, man. Pistol Pete, what up, dude? Fucking arm wrestling motherfuckers, left, right, and center, taking them down. But anyways, you know, that's what it really takes, is risk and just being passionate. It all helps, like, you know, and like I said, if you're just if it's something you can really geek out over, you know, get a bit nerdy about, you know. And for me, that's always just been music. Like, I can't think of a time when, you know, either someone in my family wasn't pushing me that way, or was pushing me that way, towards music, you know, playing instruments, or, you know, just friends around me that were also like willing to jam out, willing to, you know, listen and help me record and shit back in the day, because, you know, this is something that's been with me for a long time. Like, even my Oma will still laugh and talk about, you know, me walking around with the little Fisher Price cassette microphone, recording myself, recording, you know, the little TV shows I'd watch and everything like that. Like, she still trips out over that, because, you know, this is something I've really, like I say in the last episode, I put a lot of time into this. And, you know, I think that's why I kind of started doing these, because as much as, like, I still feel that fear to take that initial leap to maybe, you know, hit that next level or that next peak or something like that, I feel like I still have some valuable information that may, you know, help me realize that I do have what it takes, or, you know, give somebody else that push that might have more talent than me. Because, like I said, I'm really good in everything like that, but I don't even think it was something I was born with. I think it was something I just honed in over time and repetition, and, you know, just like I said, like sacrificing hours of like social time with friends and shit like that, just to like sit back and write songs and put your feelings down on paper and shit like that. Like, it was both draining, but at the same time, you know, what's the vindicating. You know, it was a very good release for someone like me, because, you know, even at the time I was just going through shit and not dealing with myself in the most both in the most mature and just respectful manner. I was, still am a little bit into this, like, self-hatred. I'm always, that classic shit of being your biggest critic. It's like, as much as I am my biggest critic, I know I am my biggest fan, but, being my biggest fan, I'm also that fan that's very fucking hard on myself. So, I always want to strive for, the highest, but I definitely realize that some things will only come in time. So yeah, but like that's all you gotta do though. You just gotta like try and give it a shot. Like that's how you begin. Like that's how I even got like my first show here in Cranbrook. As far as opening, I talk about that that date, December 14th, 2012 there. It was my first show opening up for Match Hub, but prior, about a month or so before that, I was hopefully going to open up for Exhibit, but, it just didn't pan out. Like, as far as the production team that put it together, they didn't even really know that Cranbrook had anybody as far as, a local hip-hop community representative to, open up the show. But I put myself out there because I was like, hey, as much as I want to sit back and watch the show and enjoy Exhibit, because, it's someone I've watched, listened to since I was a kid, it's like, I want to show how I get down. Like, I want to, really put myself out there. And, I did it by, just back then you just put a little post up in the event or something like that, and I just tried to draw as much attention to it as possible. And there's a good like 50-60 people that were kind of like all in support, or at least they liked the post, and all that fucking good shit at the time when I feel like engagement was at an all-time high, because this was like 2012, so it was a hot time for Facebook sometimes. But anyways, and I'm still doing it all. Like, I'm still learning. I'm still elaborating on my vision, on my truth, because there's a lot of life to live. There's a lot of fucking rhymes that can be said and shit like that. Because like I really got, like I talked about before, I really got drawn into this art form, not even with rap music. Like, and that's the thing you gotta realize when you walk into these things you're passionate about. Sometimes you gotta check yourself and be like, hey, like, I'd like to be good at this and this, but this is kind of working more with me, and that was rap music to me, because I wanted, like, when I first got into hip-hop, I wanted to dance. That really wasn't gonna happen. I couldn't find the time to dedicate and really push myself. And then I drew some graffiti and shit like that. I was drawn into that, but that didn't really pan out because I didn't want to get shit. I didn't want to like fucking risk vandalizing, especially in this small town where everybody fucking knows your name or knows your family or at least knows your last name, which is a bitch sometimes. So yeah. So like I said, like, you just gotta try, you gotta start somewhere. So, and like, humble yourself. Don't get too ahead of yourself. Just give it your all. Be honest. And be honest and be chill. I think that goes a long way sometimes. Not a lot of people realize. But, I hope you enjoy this little splurge. Maybe I'll do this again. How it began for me. Maybe I'll touch on some more shit later. But I hope y'all have a blessed day. Strange Truth. CBK.